Howdy, y'all. So, sadly, this is the last update for Rufus the rabbit. And yes, Rufus was a rabbit, we found out. And Rufus was a trooper, man. Like what we've discovered is that Rufus, I thought he was just born because he was all wet and looked like he had just popped out of the womb. That's not true. He had, he was at least a few days old, if not a week old. And the reason he was all wet is he was in the jaws of a predator right before I found him initially, which is shocking that the little guy survived that. And then I had called a local animal hospital because, of course, it was Labor Day weekend. There was nowhere to go, but I got somebody on the phone and they said, oh, no, leave him. He probably just got out of the nest and the mother will come back to get him. We now know that's not true, that he was taken from the nest, wherever that is, but it isn't in my driveway. And the predator got spooked by something and dropped him. Maybe the predator got some of his brothers and sisters, I don't know. But 18 hours later, I left him. 18 hours later, he was curled up in a ball in the corner of my driveway, hanging on to life. I mean, this animal was really something else. I'm crushed. I'm devastated. I'm on the verge of tears, so I'm going to make this quick. But this little guy fought. The first day was rough. The second day, he got better, but rabbits are very fragile animals, I've learned, and they can just die from shock. They're just very fragile when they're babies. And, he responded and was getting around yesterday, but frankly, today, Tuesday, September 7th, he was very, very lethargic, might have been low glucose, so we tried to get some more food into him. Wasn't really eating early. They usually eat early and late, and they like to be kept around 74 degrees, so made sure that was true. But he wasn't eating this morning, not really. And then about an hour later said, oh, let's give it another try. And then he was yapping his mouth and seemingly wanted to be fed. So, they don't take much, and gave him something to eat and made his little area a little warmer and gave him a little blanket, cut a little blanket out of some towels. And he laid down, and I saw him lay down, and he just seemed to that was it, right? Like he was cool there, but he wasn't really moving. So I left him alone. I'm like, okay, maybe he's going back to sleep. Anyway, long story short, an hour later, I checked on him. Didn't seem like he was breathing, but, it was hard to tell. He was partially, had a little cover on his bottom and whatever. Okay, so I let it be. Went back another half an hour later, and it was clear Rufus was gone. And the real shame of it is there's a animal rescue place called Walden's Puddle here in Nashville that my buddy Dave Klug told me about. And but again, it was Labor Day weekend, so nobody was open until today, Tuesday. And ironically, Walden's Puddle was only taking baby rabbits at this point because they were full to capacity otherwise. So I was on my way to them in less than an hour. I mean, less than an hour if Rufus could have held on, but the poor guy he'd been through enough. So I gave him a proper burial out in the garden, and I'll always know where he is. And thanks, everybody, for the kind words and nice well wishes for Rufus. I'm sorry it's not good news, but the animal kingdom, it's a mystery to me. And it's more a mystery to me how the little dude fought so hard to get to this point, and then for what? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna have a good cry right now, but sorry, we're gonna miss Rufus, and he was a tough little dude. Thanks, everybody. See you later.